Here we go.
I am the swarm.
This isn't gonna just blow over. The Zerg won't stop until we're all dead.
Vengeance shall be mine.
The seven evils are one within me. I am Legion.
Stay a while and listen.
To ask why we fight is to ask why the leaves fall.
You are not prepared.
Warcraft players, where you at? Starcraft players, where you at? Diablo players, where you at?
Tonight, someone will be getting a Diablo 3 key, we're building a burn deck, and where oh where has my auction house gone? Welcome to BlizzPro's TwizzCast.
Disturbing hallucination. You're hearing voices.
Welcome to TwizzCast, everyone. We are here to share with you our experiences and news concerning all games under the Blizzard Entertainment logo, ranging from World of Warcraft, StarCraft, Diablo, Hearthstone, and much, much more. And in case you're curious as to who we are, I will go ahead and bring in my favorite co-hosts. My only co-hosts, but they are my favorite. Whatever. We're off to an awesome start already. Don't let her accent fool you, ladies and gentlemen. From the dirty south and the rustic north all at once, the rogue, the mage, the druid, the lovely and talented Reb. Good evening, dear.
Good evening, Twiz. Good evening, chat room. Good evening, all of our downloaders and listeners. And I think you forgot to mention your favorite co-host.
Oh, how could it have slipped my mind? I don't know. It did, so. But also from the same rustic part of the North Woods, we have as always the Prot Pally 5000, the Hearthstone fiend, the semi-bearded Hoda. Hello, sir.
Getting there. Hello, hi everybody. I'm doing pretty well. You know, like you said, I'm growing it back now because everybody called me babyface, and it was really, really disheartening.
Kind of scarred.
So,
I can understand.
a little scarred.
So
I get it. I'm a man. I'm okay. I'm a man.
I believe that. I fully believe that. I have no doubt, as a matter of fact. So. And direct from Las Vegas, Nevada, our resident D3 guru and Hearth-oholic, the streaming demon Archon. Good evening, sir.
Good evening. Glad to be here. Thanks everyone for showing up. I'm excited to talk about some Diablo today.
We have a little bit to cover on that home front. Holy cow, right? So, and for those of you who are wondering, my name is Twiz. Hello, I'm an altaholic from Illinois, where my internet is garbage and I hate the town I live in. So,
That is so depressing. Wow.
What can I say?
At least he's being honest and keeping it real.
Right. You know what? I'm trying to be not fake, I guess. So
Keeping it real.
All right. I would like to give a big shout out and salute to Angry Orc, our resident BlizzPro chat room bouncer. Hello, sir. Very good to see you guys. If you're not following him at AngryOrc1 on Twitter, you're missing the best part of your Twitter experience. So, just a reminder, everyone, there are several ways that you can get your TwizzCast and BlizzPro fix. We are available on iTunes, Stitcher Radio, and the RSS feed can be found at TwizzCast.com. The show notes for this episode and all things discussed can also be found in the same place, and BlizzPro.com. And also, if you want to subscribe to us on Twitch TV, you'll get an email every time we go live. That way you're not going to forget. So head on over to twitch.tv/TwizzCast, hit the follow button so you don't miss us. Lastly, if you're interested in sending us an email, you can drop the email into podcast@blizzpro.com, and that will hit my inbox. I feel so dirty saying that. I shouldn't, but I do. Anyways.
Well, it's a little better than, like, tap my inbox or,
I know, right?
Slide it in. One letters.
Jeez. I'll tell you what. I don't want to spoil the big news, but anyways, Reb, let's talk a little bit about what you had going on this week. What have you been up to?
I have had quite a bit going on this week, and I have kind of a big announcement. No, it's not my 690 like I've been announcing on and on. If you are on Twitter, you might have seen my pretty big news that, I was just doing my dailies, and then all of a sudden I got a legendary drop. That's right. I'm engaged.
Oh,
yeah.
Hey.
Yeah.
All right.
How does this relate to gaming?
Hang on, they're not done yet. All right, sit down, everyone. Sit down. Okay, thank you. Okay, carry on.
Settle down. Simmer down, people. How does this relate to
so
gaming?
many hearts there, Reb.
I know.
You know.
I know.
Yeah.
But let me relate this to gaming really quick. I actually met my fiance. It's so weird to say that term. Oh, it's just odd. I met my fiance actually in World of Warcraft a few years ago, and I got into a raid that my guild was doing, and he was healing, and I was already friends with some of his friends, so we just started talking, and we're friends for a very long time, and there's just something about those healers, I tell you. They're pretty hot.
I was gonna say, I was like, ooh, just matches them. How's your HPS? It's pretty hot.
You like this DPS, girl?
And TwizzCast has reached a new low.
But yeah, it just goes to show, like, all the different friends and, you know, maybe ultimately marriages that come out of games like World of Warcraft. And, you know, I'm very grateful for having met him. And best of luck for all of those who are trying to date through World of Warcraft, because sometimes it can be kind of tough. But yeah, I'm very appreciative of all the friends that I've made through World of Warcraft. And let me talk a little bit about my actual gaming this past week. I did play a little bit of Hearthstone, and Lord have mercy, I tried the Warlock deck, and I honestly, I can't see this benefit to your class spell, which is you use 2 mana to get a card, and you cause damage to yourself.
Oh, life tap, yeah.
Yeah. And I couldn't see what benefit it had to me. I had plenty of cards. I guess I was just playing it wrong. So I was like, you know what? I'm going to go back to my rogue deck. I'm really familiar with it. It's what's really strong right now. And Lord have mercy if I didn't get my butt spanked again. Thankfully, I was on at times where my friends weren't online. So it's like, is Hoda online? Good. I'm going to completely avoid him so that I don't get embarrassed myself anymore. And then, in addition to that, I've been playing, actually I got on Diablo a little bit, and I was playing Act 4 Inferno on my monk. I still haven't been able to get past Act 4, and I typically play with other people, so it's a little bit easier to me. So if you like die, you have someone to come res you once they finish the mob, instead of having to constantly like run back to your body. And I was playing by myself, and it wasn't happening in Act 4 anymore. You know, Act 1, 2, some of 3 I can do by myself, but this Act 4, it was no joke, and I wasn't having any fun. So I hopped into Archon's stream, and I was like, you know what? I'm gonna watch you just roll over everything, and just wish that was me.
You gotta let me know next time. We'll just like rush you through.
Yeah.
What difficulty are you in right now?
Getting carried, Rob. That's not new to you.
Nice.
Getting run through stuff. Like on Friday, when Hoda and quite a few other people actually ran me through some flex rating. We had how many were in there, Hoda?
I actually think we got quite a few of them. I think we started out with maybe 15 or so, but we ended up with 20 or something, I believe, by the end of it.
Yeah, we kept having to use open raid to like fill some spots that were needed for like healers and stuff like that. But we ended up doing the first wing of Siege of Orgrimmar Flex, and out of 4 bosses, I got 1 drop. But hey, I'm not complaining. I'm still using pencils, basically pencils, to poke at the boss. There's 4 89s. They dropped from like the first boss in Mogushan Vaults, and I've had them since September.
Oh wow, 489.
But that's okay. That's okay. 489s are there's a lot out there right now, but 489 is still a respectable eye level. I walked around, and there's some people on my raid team that were still walking around with 463s on, just because they're so hard to replace. Oh, don't get all judgmental.
I just had a heart attack. No, one of our tanks yesterday, he was pointing out that he had, was it a 502? Maybe it was, I think it was a 502, and he was like, man, this weapon is so bad. And I was like, Lord Jesus, I am still using my 589, so I don't want to hear it from you. We did do the second wing yesterday, so on Wednesday, I believe it was, and we didn't do so hot, but Friday, we were getting them down, and we definitely had to utilize open raid quite a bit for that Shaw kill, because it was a little tough and kind of tricky, and you know, it is way above LFR level, but it's not quite normal. It's a challenge.
Sure.
I will say that. and it was a ton of fun. In addition to that, I have another pretty big announcement.
Oh, man.
I've been back on the auction house, since 5.4 dropped. Gyms have been doing very well.
I noticed.
And I'm like 35,000 away from having sold $250,000 gold's worth of stuff, or having made $250,000 gold. So it's gonna get there.
That's filthy.
It is kind of filthy. And now that I've expunged all of my filthy secrets, Hoda, what did you do this past week besides flex rating?
Well, kind of on what you were saying on Flex, the reason they didn't do so well last night, because Reb texts me. He's like, hey, Hoda, you should come tank LFR for us. It's like, oh, girl, I can't.
You mean Flex, not LFR.
Flex.
Girlfriend.
LFR, yeah, sorry, Flex. So obviously me not being there was a big part of it. Obviously. No, my week has been pretty short, actually. Work has been killing me. I know, Twiz, you've been kind of saying the same thing when we've been tweeting back and forth. But like you said, I've been running around the Timeless Isle some more, and it's so... You can just, like... I don't know, just run around without, like, thinking at all. And just like, oh, sweet, a box. Awesome, 300 coins. Oh, a chest. I'm going to beat that guy to it. Ooh, 300 more coins. Oh, a timeless piece. It's just, it's really super fun, and I'm glad they did the dailies. This is like their version of dailies, this patch, because it's really fun to get people out in the open again, I think. So, sure. Other than that, man, I haven't tried the LFR yet in WoW. I'm curious, have you guys looked into it?
No.
Yes.
How is it? Is it pretty brutal?
Oh my gosh. Okay, so the third boss, which is one where a Titan formation, he's basically telling you that you need to cleanse your corruption. The way that the fight works in Flex and Normal is that you have these little orbs that people go to, and they click and they go into a different realm and they cleanse their corruption. With LFR, it's supposed to automatically port 5 people to this place, and wouldn't you know it, some people didn't get ported whatsoever. Some people got ported multiple times. Sometimes there wasn't people being ported. It was all kinds of buggy, and we wiped probably a good 3 or 4 times on it before, we were able to stack up enough determination to just go at it and ignore our corruption. It was dumb.
Oh, okay. Well, I was just wondering if Flex would have, it gave a little bit of leanway, like there was Flex for a week, and then it was looking for raid, so
sure.
I don't know.
No.
What else? But other than that, it's been pretty light. I'm hoping to rock this weekend. I'm gonna shut my shades, order pizza, go full. I'm full nerding out, man. It's my time. Nobody's gonna bug me. So until then, it's pretty light news on my front. How about you, Archon? What's happening, dude?
Well, I have some bad news.
Uh-oh.
One of my viewers told me about a game called Cookie Clicker, and now I can't stop clicking cookies. But
what are you talking about right now?
Yeah, please elaborate.
I thought it was self-explanatory. I thought everyone was addicted. I haven't come out of the darkness for a while of cookies. Just don't Google Cookie Clicker, because you won't stop. You'll be cooking cookies.
Doing it right now.
You said cooking clickies. I was waiting.
Yeah, so, don't suffer from the same affliction as me. Anytime I can pull myself away from clicking cookies, though, on Diablo, I've been Paragon leveling a second wizard, because when Reaper of Souls comes out, they're going to add all your Paragon experience together, and I don't really want to play another class, so I just put all my wizard gear onto a new wizard, and now I'm Paragon leveling again.
Oh, I thought your reason was going to be you're a glutton for punishment. That's what I was expecting.
That's what I hear. Double dipping.
It's a long grind, but it's a little bit better when I'm streaming. I usually just zone out and
right on
with and chat. But I'll probably end up having 3 or 4 Paragon 100 wizards by the time the Reaper Souls comes out.
April 1st.
Yeah. Possibly, I guess. Yeah, first week of April.
Yeah.
But yeah, actually, the first person to have 10 Paragon 100 characters happened just a few days ago, I think.
I saw that. Was it Glow Sticks? Is that his name?
Yeah, I think that's right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
I guess there was someone else.
Yeah.
I guess there was someone else before him, but he got banned, so no countsies.
Double stampies, no erases.
Exactly. And then Hearthstone's been pretty good. Today I played for about an hour and a half, and I won all 11 of my matches.
Wow.
What?
Yeah, probably a fluke. So I just logged off then. I'm like, this is as good as it gets.
Right.
I don't want to embarrass myself.
Yeah.
Bragging rights.
Don't kill the
You were
fluke.
probably
Archon
just
kept,
waiting
like-
for people up.
Archon kept changing his name, and I kept getting him in my matches, and that's why I was losing every one of them. I'm not really bad. It's just that he was winning all of them.
Were they
Yeah,
all
I feel
super
like-
slow matches where you let the fuse go out the whole time, I bet? Sick of it. Like, greetings.
I like the fuse. I think there's no hurry, right? Just hang out,
Whenever you get
chat
that.
with. Yeah.
Whenever.
No hurry there.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have this new mage spell power deck, and it's just not fair. I mean, not because I'm like amazing at making decks or anything. Just the mage is definitely overpowered right now, I think. And yeah, one of the matches I won on round 5 against a Miracle Rogue deck. Miracle Rogue deck is where they a rogue rather. A rogue gets a bunch of cards that get bonuses when you play other cards. And then they wait till they get that one good card, and then they just play all of their low-cost cards to like super buff it. But the mage deck's just too powerful. I got him before he could get his card out. Which
is really surprising because the mage deck is what you get dumped with like right off the bat when you start the game. So it's like you'd think that that I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I would think that would not be the deck I would stick with because I was
think it would be
forced into that one.
craptastic that they would give you to begin with.
Yeah. Or middle
No,
road.
totally. I think I hopped around from every other class until I finally landed on mage. Because I figured it must be at least the easiest class. And the easiest usually isn't the best.
Yeah.
But,
yeah.
I'd say, mage and rogue's really powerful.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
Until the nerf bat.
yeah, I'm sure it'll change between now and release.
Sure. Oh, that's guaranteed.
What about you, Twiz?
You know what? I had a little bit of an interesting week in gaming. But before I get into that, I want to just say a couple of things real quick. First of all, those of you who are listening to this on the download or in the chat room right now or anything, normally we have TwizzCast on Thursday nights. Next week is going to be an exception. We are going to have it on Friday night of next week.
What?
I know. I'm slapping myself around. It's
Wait
crazy.
a second. Hoda shaved his beard.
Yeah.
I'm engaged. Archon is now playing cookie cutter. And now we're going to Friday?
I know. It's cats
What's
and
going
dogs
on?
living together, mass hysteria. Yeah. So, but for a lot of those people who raid on Thursday nights or whatever, and they don't have anything going on Friday, you can join the live chat room. So, that will be, that will be the 27th. We will be live. So, I have to let you guys know the 20% TOT nerf is in full swing for my raid team.
Whoopsie.
We are 6 of 12 in TOT now, which we've only been a raid team for a month. You know, we're still gearing up, we're still figuring things out or whatever. But we actually got a chance to raid with Twig. So for those of you who have been TwizzCast fans for a long time, Twig, my prior co-host, a long time ago, he got a chance to jump in the raid with us. We had a great time. Dude helped us get through a lot of content. So hats off to him. But I did get like 4 upgrades. And so I went and to, you know, reforge and enchant and gem and everything like that. And so I needed like a couple of green gems or whatever. So I'm buying them for just stupid prices. Just stupid prices. And so I go to my mailbox and I open it up. And sure enough, Rebel Floor was the salesperson.
Yeah, that's me. Guilty as charged.
So, yeah, you're welcome, Reb. I actually started like harassing her in game. I was like, I bought your stupid gems that are so expensive. And she's like, yeah, I saw that. And I'm like, you're welcome.
I was literally at the auction house, and I was just like replying to whispers or something like that, and I see this big old fat panda waltz in, go up, wave his hand, and then walk out, and I'm like, Twitch just bought something. And I noticed at that exact time, a buyer has been found. I was like, heck yeah.
Yeah. But I also ran around the Timeless Isle, just like everybody else did. And I'm now referring, I think the slogan should be the Timeless Isle, gearing your alts with your main since 2013.
Yeah. Pretty much, yeah.
That's just what I'm saying. So,
How'd you like it, Twiz? Were you pretty impressed with what was going on? Or what?
yeah, you know what? I like it. It's a lot of running around looking for rares, which is kind of like what the other
It's like you hear one get called out. You're like, oh my god, that's across the island. I'm never gonna make it.
Yeah.
And then you see a huge parade go by you.
Yeah.
It's like, I can make it.
What do you guys know that I don't know? But here's a funny thing. And I mean, it's a lot of, you're supposed to explore. And there's crazy fun things that are happening all over the island. And so you never know what's going to be around the corner next. So I walk all the way up the path and I go up to this bridge. Okay. And the bridge is broken. Okay. So there's obviously you can't get to the other side. But what I'm seeing is I'm standing there and there's like a group of like 5 or 6 people, sitting there. And I'm watching people come up. And then they sprout these wings and they jump over the top and whatever. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. That's kind of a neat thing. It's kind of like a leap of faith type thing, So, so here I come. I back up, and I go charging off of that thing. No wings sprout, and I start plummeting. And I'm like, oh man. I spun around just in time to see like all 6 or 8 of those people standing at the edge, like looking at me, like, did you see what this?
Pointing and laughing.
Did you see what this idiot just did? But on the upside, I got my going down achievement.
Oh,
you survived?
Yeah, I did survive. I'm a brewmaster. I got like 600k health, so yeah, I made it.
Nice. That just reminds me of No Muragon. There's always that one person that jumped off without a parachute.
Yes, dude, exactly. Exactly. Oh god. But yeah, I can imagine like those. I think I figured out those 5 or 6 people that were standing there at the bridge were like, we're just gonna sit here and watch people jump off this thing to their death.
We're just gonna stand here just to like fake out those people who don't know yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, was the wings you saw, was that the legendary cloak stuff the people were jumping over?
Yeah, that's what it was.
We'll talk about that a little later, I think.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yep. So that's what they were. Yeah, that's what they were using. So. I did play a little bit of Hearthstone, and I got my face absolutely beat in by Zen Style, which, I mean, go figure. Like, the dude's freaking crazy awesome at Hearthstone, and he's got his crap together, and it's all in one sack. But he was like, I was like, hey, dude, you wanna play against each other, and you can smear me? And he's like, yeah, I put this deck together, like, pretty much at random, and... Like, actually, I think I let my dog put it together for me. And so, yeah, we're just going to see how it goes. And he's like, I really don't know what's going to happen. And so, like, I'm like, oh, man. I'm like playing my heart out. I'm like, oh, this is great strategy and everything like that. And he's like, boom, boom, boom. And you're dead. He's like, yeah, this deck worked out pretty good. So, yeah, it's not bad. And I'm like,
what were you playing?
My shaman deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, which again, I am going to go full bore into the Druid deck when the game actually launches. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I'm really excited about playing a Druid deck. I just see a lot of neat things, and I like some of the utility that it has. So, but also, I'm not sure if we're supposed to talk about this, but I'm going to. For a lot of people who didn't know this, there is a event at BlizzCon, and if you're a Twisted Empire member. Obviously, that encompasses Twisted Kingdom, Twisted Dynasty, whatever. And you're going to BlizzCon. First off, I'd like you to sign up on the forums, and I'm going to put some kind of a post on the forums for you guys to respond to, so that way we know who you are and that you're going to be there. And I'd really, really like to get everybody together and just get like a guild picture. I think that would be really cool.
Be sweet.
So
definitely.
You
have to pop a little cooldown so you look all big and stuff like that, like a real screenshot.
But one of the other events that's happening at BlizzCon is World of Podcasts. And basically what you're doing, or what's going on is podcasters from all of the Blizzard groups are getting together at this one main venue. And we're going to basically kind of do a show, one big show together, where there's going to be panels and everything like that. So it looks like the rundown... as far as the different panels go and what TwizzCast is participating in. As far as the World of Lore panel goes, Reb will be representing us on the World of Lore panel. This really kind of came out of left field. Archon's going to be on the Diablo panel.
Yeah.
I know, right? Hearthstone, the Hearthstone panel is going to be myself, and the Warcraft General panel is going to be Hoda. So, and there's anywhere from, I don't know, 2, 3, 4, 5 different people that are on each of these panels as well. So it's pretty cool. But we are going to take just a quick break. I want you to listen to the actual World of Podcasts commercial, And when we come back, we've got some pretty awesome news that we're going to jump into. So, yeah, why not? Stay tuned. Episode 67 of TwizzCast.
BlizzCon is quickly approaching, so what better way to celebrate such a great convention with so many awesome people than to attend World of Podcasts?
World of Podcasts will be an event unlike any other, where podcasters and others from the Blizzard fan community will get together to create a great interactive show like nothing before.
On Thursday, November 7th at 8 p.m. Pacific Time, World of Podcasts will descend upon the Anaheim Red Lion.
You can look forward to 20-plus podcasts and personalities from around the community, as well as other awesome features like a cash bar, a large meeting space, news, lore, speculation, shenanigans, and prizes, all within less than half a mile from the Anaheim Convention Center.
For more information, visit worldofpodcast.com. Follow us on facebook.com/worldofpodcast-event, and you can also follow us on Twitter at World of Podcast.
This isn't just a podcast. This is World of Podcasts.
What do you think?
I like turtles.
All right.
He's climbing in your windows. He's snatching your people up.
To me, it look like a leprechaun to me.
The news.
Ain't nobody got time for that.
Okay, honestly, there really was not squat this week in the World of Warcraft news. There's a lot of like progression rating and heroic progression rating going on and stuff by a bunch of guilds that I will never be a part of or see or probably know or anything like
Both
that.
first are kind of exciting if you kind of get into that. So that is going on, really, the only thing going on.
You know, honestly, like I have no I don't mean any disrespect at all, but I'm just not into it. I'm not into like the race to world first and everything. I mean, I can appreciate what these guys do and everything like that, but it's like, dang, son, go out and get some sunlight, you know? I mean, I'm not trying to be that guy, but I mean, I don't know. It's just me. I don't know. But there's a lot of world first stuff that's going to, you know, heroic progression, everything like that, as well as a lot of hot fixes. And for me, it's like we could talk about some of the hot fixes. They disabled the Conquest Quartermaster, I think, right now because of a bug. But other than that, like a lot of the hot fixes were like, you know, spinning crane kick now has the brewmaster spin around 6 times instead of 5, you know, and the animation has been correct.
Yeah.
Big deal. That's not news. That's crap. That we don't care
Just
about.
little tweaks.
Yeah, you can't talk about that, you know. So what we're doing is we're jumping right into the Blizz Pro news, and we've got some awesome articles that we're going to be covering tonight. And it's really nice to just get in touch with the news of what's going on in this community and what's going on with some of these games and stuff, as opposed to just talking specifically about, you know, in depth about one thing. So I'm really excited to do this. But as always, the Blizz Pro News is sponsored by AskMrRobot.com. If you want to push your character to his or her fullest potential, Ask Mr. Robot will make sure that your gear is set up to do that. And also, as a side note, when I was doing my upgrading and everything like that this week with my Valor points or whatever, Ask Mr. Robot has a new feature that'll tell you what to use your Burden of Eternity on, what's your best bang for your buck to use your Burden of Eternity on, as far as upgrade and stat-wise. So make sure you're checking that out because that is absolutely beast. So as always, we're going to bring you up to speed on some of the articles that you may have missed on BlizzPro.com. We don't cover all the articles or just the ones that we think are good. When it comes to the news on what's happening in the community and games that Blizzard has to offer, BlizzPro, all the articles as soon as any news gets released. So if you like what you're about to hear, head over to the website and check out the vast amount of articles that we did not have time to cover on the show. Now, right off the bat, biggest news of the week, Diablo 3 is to shut down the Real Money Auction House on March 18th, 2014.
Oh my god, everyone freak out!
I know.
I think the gold auction house too.
Freak out!
Game director Josh Mascara explained in the video that with Loot 2.0 coming before the Reaper of Souls expansion, that they really want to make the game about finding new items, and the auction house just made that way too convenient. Also, just wanted to say that the date of this, actually, before I get into that real quick, let's talk about this. Let's talk about it before I bring up that next point. Let's talk about the Archon weigh-in on this, because you let me know up front, dude, I got a lot of opinions on this, so I want to hear about this.
Yeah. Well, I think most of the community is pretty happy about it. We did a poll on my stream, and 70% of people said that they think it's a good thing. 30% think it's a bad thing. I've been wishing that they'd get rid of the auction house for a long time now. I think Jay Wilson came out like 6 months ago and said the auction house is hurting the game, and the community had been saying that for a while before that. But I think it takes a while to realize how the auction house is hurting the game. I would imagine that most people have only put in well, anyone probably who's put in less than 100 hours probably hasn't seen any real damage from the auction house. I don't know, you guys haven't played like a tremendous amount of Diablo. What do you guys think? Have you seen what damage the auction house is doing to the game?
Yeah, you know what? I can see. What I did was I actually got with a good friend of mine, Xdiga, and he and I decided to just roll some new tunes, and he gave me a whole bunch of gold, and he's like, dude, buy gear off the auction house, and you just run around. I mean, like, it's not even fair. For what I was able to pick up with the money he gave me, and I see what people are talking about now a little bit. Or maybe that's not the angle that they're exactly talking about, but I mean, it took the challenge out.
It was more so. I'm sorry to interrupt, Twiz. It was more so about like you buy gear to anticipate to go and do something instead of trying to push through something to get gear. Is kind of how I felt about it. It's like you wanted gold to get the armor instead of actually like trying to find it yourself, because loot system was kind of sucky, and that's why I'm so happy to hear that Loot 2.0 is coming out.
Yeah.
Now let me ask you a question, Archon. It's kind of I've seen the other side of this as well, with kind of the new, I guess, loot system coming in, where you'll have more drops for your specific class or spec, a lot more. And that was kind of the problem with the auction house, right? That's the only place you could find the really specific gear you wanted. But if they're kind of tweaking that loot system as well, why do they really need to take this out?
Yeah, I kind of wonder the same thing. I mean, I think I agree with you guys. When you use the auction house, even if you just take a couple million gold to the auction house, which you can get, in a matter of maybe 5 hours after you hit level 60 these days, and you buy a set of gear, even with a couple million gold, you're rarely going to find an upgrade while you're playing the actual game.
Mm-hmm.
And the stuff that you find in the game, even if it's good, you're probably going to sell it because it's not exactly what you want.
Sure.
So you're only playing the game to get gold. All the progression is on the auction house. And they've been wanting to fix that for a long time. And before they said they were going to get rid of the auction house, which I don't think any of us really expected, they said that they were making the itemization in a way where it would be more rewarding to play the game than it is to play the auction house. And so I've been waiting to hear what they would do. I thought maybe they would make it so you could only enchant gear that you found yourself to incentivize people going out and find their items. Or they could make it so that the best gear or the gear that drops that's tailored to you is bind on pickup. Kind of like a World of Warcraft style, I guess.
Yep.
But at this point, I don't know what they're going to do, because even when they get rid of the auction house, people are going to feel obligated to go on third-party sites' forums to trade gear.
Sure.
Which most people probably won't bother doing, but those of us that want to be really efficient are going to at least feel obligated to trade as much as is optimal. And then there's still the problem that the RMH brings, that people can still go spend real money. It's going to be illegal, of course. You can get banned for it, but a lot of people are still going to go to third-party sites, spend real money, and get the best gear out there.
Sure.
And so I'm wondering what they're going to do to stop that, or if they're just going to let it happen. Because it seems like if they were going to do something like make items soulbound, then they wouldn't really need to get rid of the auction house. It would fix the problem anyway.
Right. That's a very good point, actually, Archon.
Well,
and I think they would just let the third party selling just go on, because I mean you can buy gold, and you can buy like bots. Not that I've ever used bots or bought gold or anything like that, but I'm just saying it's out there.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was going to say you can't really buy the best gear in World of Warcraft with real money, but I guess you could buy a character, I suppose.
Yeah. One of the things that I noticed right off the bat was if you look at the actual post on the Diablo forums, what really took me off guard, because I was like, oh boy, here it comes, was I was reading through the responses, and they're all positive. And, I mean, it's very uncommon in the Diablo 3 community. I mean, it was like, oh, okay, Hoda shaved his beard, Reb's engaged, Satan just ran by my window and chucked a snowball at it, and the Diablo 3 community is being positive.
No, it's crazy,
what's happening?
And I got to tell you what bothers me about it. It's pissing me off that everyone's so positive now. It probably shouldn't, but so everyone kind of blamed Jay Wilson for D3 being disappointing when it released, and maybe he had something to do with it. Honestly, I think it was just some bad predictions they made that the players mostly made the same predictions. But anyways, Jay Wilson kind of got labeled as the ruiner of Diablo 3 by the people who were disappointed by it.
Yeah.
And suddenly they started announcing 2.0, Loot 2.0, Paragon 2.0, Reaper of Souls, no auction house. Everyone starts being very optimistic about D3 for like the first time ever. Even the haters of D3 are like, oh, all hail D3. And all the credit now is going to Josh Mosquera. It's all hail Josh Mosquera. Jay Wilson brought us this horrible game, and now Josh Mosquera has descended from the heavens and fixed the game. Yeah. First of all, of course, poor Jay Wilson. He seems like a really nice guy, but also it's just not accurate because I mean, it makes sense from maybe an average player's perspective that we got all these big changes announced right as they announced Josh Mosquera.
Yeah.
But you have to keep in mind, if they're just announcing these changes, they've probably been working on them for 3-6 months, a year.
Oh, sure, dude.
Yeah. Long before Josh Mosquera joined. So, and also, of course, Josh Mosquera is one member of the dev team. Even if he is the lead developer, the other members are still very important members of the dev team. But I think players just don't want to admit that this dev team that they blamed for Diablo 3 being disappointed is the same dev team that fixed Diablo 3.
Right.
That maybe they are capable and they were...
You're wrong.
That's just crazy talk, Archon. That former dev team that was headed up by Jay, that was obviously the team that was putting out the beta D3 for D3 on Xbox and PS3, obviously.
Gosh. Man. Unbelievable. I don't know. It's just very weird. And what's really funny is, you know who it really, really shut up was the people who were like, Blizzard is so money hungry. Oh, Blizzard wants your money. They are a big evil corporation. And it's like, yeah, why doesn't everybody at Blizzard work for free? I can't believe that company wants to make money. That's so weird, right? But
they want to keep putting out games or something.
I know, right? Yeah. Keep paying people to, add on to the game. So here's, whatever. Greedy money Blizzard, paid the people to fix a big portion of the game. So I don't know. I just noticed a very, very big drop in the money hungry Blizzard type thing. So I just wanted to say that the date of March 18th. Now, we've been predicting Reaper of Souls to hit early 2014 sometime around March to April. And with this date of removing the auction house, it seems like it's quite possible that Blizzard is definitely targeting Q1 to Q2 of 2014 release for this expansion. I think it's highly possible.
Oh, yeah.
April 1st. If it's not there April 1st, Archon is going down.
It changes every... I think it's the first Tuesday. It has to come out on a Tuesday. So.
Right. Yeah.
Okay, first Tuesday.
Perfect. Because I think it's very likely that the pre-expansion patch will come out March 18th. It seems like a good time to do the auction house switch over as well. And that would about fall in line with World of Warcraft's pre-expansion patch, right? Like a couple weeks to a month before the expansion comes out?
Maybe.
Is that about average?
Maybe. Or maybe they're gonna just piss everyone off, and they're gonna launch the beta on March on March 18th.
Reaper of Souls 2015.
Yep, exactly.
Yeah.
We're gonna test this for a good solid 9 months, and then
and all those happy people would be angry again.
We just wanted to make sure you guys could be happy for a second. Oh boy. I don't know. I'll be very, very, very interested. I hope to God that Reaper's Souls right on the course. You know what though? I mean, they're doing a lot of overhauls to the system. The Loot 2.0, the storyline, the game, and everything. But it's one chapter. You know what I mean? So I'm wondering. I mean, I would think that they probably could pull this off easily by around March or April or something like that. So. Real quick, there was switching gears a little bit. There's not an article on this on BlizzPro. I just wanted to mention it because I heard a little bit about it. But iPhone and iOS users, there's a new update for you guys, and it's likely that when you're updating the software on your iOS device, it's going to screw up your authenticator. So your best course of action is to log into battle.net, remove your authenticator, update your iPhone, and then reinstall the mobile authenticator, and then attach it to your account. And it's screwing up a lot of things right now. So I'm just letting you guys know. And a lot of people are like, "Oh, iOS 7 or iOS 7, get bent. I don't like it." You know, people are losing their contacts and stuff like that. I don't know.
It's like day one of a patch, where it's like things are buggy, add-ons don't work.
Yeah.
It just happens. It's like that.
I heard there's another solution. You just buy a droid.
Yeah, exactly.
Yes.
Yeah, that's what I did to solve my
Y'all
problems.
simmer down.
I was so waiting for Hoda to like hold up his phone and it's got like a Hello Kitty case on it.
I was expecting like a 1980s big old phone.
Brick phone.
Just glittered out. Yeah, totally.
Oh my gosh. Yeah, chat room is like, yep, droid for the win. Yep. So, a good thing my authenticator's on a Samsung Galaxy. That's awesome. So, okay. The next big awesome thing that's going on. Here's a scoop. SteelSeries has a WoW sale where you register your guild and you save 30% on WoW gear. Okay, here, like I said, here's a scoop, kids. Our sponsor, SteelSeries, is helping people gear up in real life by offering some seriously discounted prices on WoW gear. I'm going to have the link to this in the show notes, but here's what happens. If you're a guild master like me, you need to register your guild with SteelSeries. I already registered Twisted Empire, Kel has registered Twisted Kingdom, and Honey has registered Twisted Dynasty. Each guild master is supposed to receive a unique code for their guildies that gets you a 30% discount off the WoW gear that you order. But I haven't gotten it yet, and I'm not 100% sure how it's going to work. It might ask you to link your tune for guild verification or something like that. The promotion also states that if you have 50% of your guild participate by October 18th, each member that participated will get $10 off on another order.
Oh, that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Which, I don't know. It's going to be hard to get.
It's a little tougher in some of the guilds we got, for sure.
It's going to be a little hard to get.
50% of your guild participate. That would be 500 people.
I know.
I need 500 of you people to come register.
Yeah. Unreal. So, here's just a brief list of some of the WoW gear that SteelSeries offers. They have an amazing gaming mouse that is wireless. It's like blue. It sits on this little stand that has like rune-looking things. It's very Death Knight-ish looking. They got keyboards, several different mouse pads, several other gaming mice that are built differently and have different features. There's like the Cataclysm mouse and stuff like that. But you need to go check out the SteelSeries website. 30%, that is nothing to sneeze at.
Mm-hmm.
I mean...
That's significant, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty significant. I mean, 5%, 10% is like, oh, okay, that's enough.
A drop in the bucket.
Yeah, exactly. You know, that pretty much covered your tax. But 30%, that's a pretty legit discount. So I'm a fan. I mean, I've got my SteelSeries headset. I've got my SteelSeries mouse. That's all. As I'm looking around right now, that's all I have right now. I gave
my SteelSeries underwear on.
Now wait. Yeah, I got
so uncomfortable.
I know. I got my garage on both cheeks in my underwear. But
that says, I will end you.
I will. Oh boy. But you know what? We've got BlizzPro has given away I don't know how many SteelSeries gaming headsets and mice and stuff like that. The headsets alone are awesome. Like they're the most comfortable headset you'll ever own.
I want the Siberia V2 so bad. The frost blue one with like the glowing blue.
Yeah.
I've been holding out. And I think this code is the perfect time to finally order it.
You hear that, Hoda? It might make a nice wedding gift.
Oh, perfect. Register.
There you go. Just saying. Just saying. Do you own any Razer stuff at all, Archon? Just curious.
Razer?
Or not Razer, I'm sorry, SteelSeries. I looked at my keyboard and I was like, no, that's a Razer keyboard. I need a SteelSeries keyboard.
We just gave away a Diablo SteelSeries headset on our most recent charity event.
Oh, one of them. I like it.
Yeah, it was pretty sexy looking.
Yeah, dude. Yep. That's the one that I own, and it's cool because there's lights built into the side that like pulsate and stuff. It's awesome for a headset.
Huh.
I mean, it's a headset, you know.
You feel like that dude in Star Wars, the second one, you know, where the guy controls him in the City of the Clouds, Lando. You know what I'm talking about?
Okay.
That bald guy with like the head, the ears. He's like in
Yeah.
Cloud City. I forget his name.
You know, we're just gonna sit here and pretend like we don't know what you're talking about. So you keep going.
I'm done. Archon got me. Thank you. All right, we're cool.
Last time we were messing with him.
Oh my gosh.
Sorry,
All
go
right.
on. What was that?
I'm done.
Yeah. All right. Enough for the Cloud City. So the next article that I want to talk about is awesome. And Archon, I'm sure, will be able to chime in quite a bit on this. It's all about taking the Diablo Extra Life Challenge to help sick kids. Now, at the beginning of the year, Blizzard made a pretty hefty donation to Extra Life and Children's Miracle Network, and they're about to do a repeat performance. But this time around, it's going to be a little bit different. All right, what they're going to do is their donation is going to rely on you guys as the player base. So there's a few different hospitals in the Children's Miracle Network group at 9 a.m. Eastern. I forget the day.
November 3rd.
Thank you, November 3rd. They're going to put a tracker on donations, and Blizzard is going to make donations in the following way. All right. So like I said, it took me a little bit to figure this out because I'm kind of stupid, but. Like I said, there's a couple of different hospitals in the Children's Miracle Network group. So whichever hospital has the highest dollar amount overall, Blizzard's donating $60,000. There's no doubt that the big cities have a population advantage, so they're going to divide the Extra Life dollars that you raise by your local population. The highest Extra Life funds raised per capita unlocks an extra $40,000 for that hospital. And the hospital whose 2013 Extra Life fundraising total is the most improved, percentage-wise, over their 2012 total, is going to receive $20,000. So that's a really cool way to do it. I think, I mean, Archon, what are you doing for Extra Life, man? Talk a little bit more about that, because I saw in your stream today, it was, I saw Extra Life and you were racking some cash up.
Yeah, I'm crazy excited about this because we've been raising money for Extra Life since last year when my friend Prostasis told us about it, and we've done it almost entirely through Diablo. Like, we started raising money by doing crafting for charity, where you donate a certain amount of charity and then we craft a certain amount of items for you. But now crafting sucks, so we have to find other ways to raise money. But we still do it mostly with Diablo. So yeah, last year we raised $15,000. This year we've raised $20,000 so far. We're like 1,000 shy of being the #1 fundraiser in Extra Life this year so far.
Dude,
that's awesome.
And yeah, so if you don't mind me bragging a little bit,
do it, dude. That's awesome.
Right,
that's killer.
Right now, at the top of the running is our hospital, the one we're supporting, Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh. They've raised $33,000, and so we did about 2/3 of that. So
wow.
I'm really rooting for Children's Hospital of Pittsburgh here.
That's awesome.
Really good hospital.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
and you know what? It doesn't matter.
Charity too.
No matter what hospital, it is all an awesome charity. You know.
Yeah. Kudos to D3. $120,000.
Right.
Pretty crazy.
I know. Yeah, 120,000. That's, and you know what? It's like not the first time they've done that, because there was a long time in this article that that Overlord Bunny put together that we're actually talking about. She puts a link in there where it goes to an article. I believe it was on Diablo. Well, I forget which site it was on, but it was about a big gold dupe that happened. And so they took all the money that was made on the real money auction house and they donated it. This is a long time ago. Well, maybe not too long ago. Maybe probably 3 months ago, 2 months ago, something like that. But the D3 team's not afraid to, cough it up to the charities. That's boss.
Yeah, they actually donated it to Children's Miracle Network hospitals, the same beneficiary of Extra Life.
Oh, yeah.
And if I can mention real fast, we have Dance School watching us right now. Dance School is actually personally donated, correct me if I'm wrong, but over $3,000 to Extra Life.
What?
Wow.
For her own money. Yeah,
Awesome
she's pretty awesome.
That is awesome. You know what? When I was in your stream earlier, I was talking to her. She is very cool. And so, yeah, Dance School is very happy to have you in our chat room, dear. And kudos to you. How beast is that? Wow.
That's awesome.
I don't even know what to say. I mean, that's just not like...
Kind of makes you feel less of a person for
I know,
not being that cool.
Man, I just do a podcast. Here I've got somebody that's freaking blowing this out of the water. Awesome. Well, so yeah, you know what? BlizzPro.com has an article for this. There's links all over Archon's Twitch channel, and so make sure you're following him, twitch.tv/ArchonTheWizard, and this is a cause that I'm a huge fan of. I try not to talk about it too much, but as far as like the Children's Hospital and the Children's Miracle Network and everything like that, I've been there. I have a little boy, and for a long time he had a lot of kidney problems, and we walked around there and we saw a lot of sick kids. And, thankfully he was able to get his kidneys, they're better now. But there's a lot of kids that aren't as lucky. And so what this charity does is they buy video games and provide video games for these children and these families that are in the hospital for a year, 2 years, who knows how long. And, again, it's healing through gaming. And it's just, if you're a gamer, this is and you're seriously like, this is what your main hobby is, this is the charity that you need to be giving to, hands down. So, let's see here. The next, okay, this is a crazy thing. Okay. This was an article that was written about Ordos, and it's all about, should Ordos be available to everybody? So for those of you who... Yeah, Ordos.
You mean should he make it available to fly over to the little edge he's at?
Yeah, okay. So this is what stems into my little leap of faith off the bridge that didn't work out. For those of you who don't know Ordos, who he is, if you have worked your way through the Legendary Quest line since MoP launched, this is your final payoff. You get your Legendary Cloak, as well as a benefit to fighting Ordos on the Timeless Isle, who is a special boss that requires the quest line to be completed in order to initiate an attack on him. So, as always, the forums are alive and crawling with people who feel self-entitled. There's a poster that stated, it was unfair for Blizzard to block off half of the island for people who don't have legendary cloaks. And Zarim gave him a very undeserved response because this guy should have been totally ignored. But Zarim basically pointed out that A, it's not half the island. It's a very small percentage. And B, you can technically get to the area of the isle using an albatross. So it's not actually, and I use air quotes, blocked. So it leads me to this question for you guys, and those of you listening at home, feel free to write us in. Do you think that it's right that they're blocking content for people who haven't put the work in? Because personally, in this type of situation... it would be similar to walking into your boss's office and saying, you're making more money than me and it's not fair. We should be all making the same amount of money just to be fair. And, well, you know what? I'm sorry. Your boss was here for 22 years before you and he put the work and time in, so he's being rewarded for it. So how is this any different? You know what I mean? That's kind of a, I don't know, kind of a comparison that I tried to put it into. But what do you
Let
think?
me go ahead and put my 2 cents in, because I am all fired up about this topic. Yes, we should be blocked from Ordos if we don't have our legendary cloak.
Sure.
Here's my reasoning. Yes, you do get, socket or gems. What is your other crop that you get? Your cloak at the very end, but it's like a little working method, something that you put in your helm. It's a working method and flowing quest line that you are supposed to be following while Mr. Pandaria has been out, and this is your payoff. It's similar to how in Throne of Thunder, Raiden was the last boss, but he was only accessible in Heroic. And it's like, I approved of that because those people were working so hard to get through Heroic. They deserve that little payoff at the very end. They went above and beyond what some of us slackers do, and I refer to myself completely as a slacker. And it's like, if you haven't been working your butt off to get this legendary quest line done, which in all honesty, it takes a significant amount of time. Some steps are a lot easier than others, and some of them are just RNG based, but it's still, you have to maintain it and continue along. And I believe it's totally fair that they're blocking it off and you have to have already received your legendary cloak to get to it. And yes, you can get over to that portion of the island by taking a ride with the albatross. If you don't know how to do that, you just wait for an albatross to fly over you, attack it once, and it starts flying you around the island. It takes a long time, but it's another way to cross over that break in the bridge, Twiz.
Well, you got to bring up old stuff, Reb.
You know?
Yeah,
no.
you know.
But yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry,
go ahead, Coda. I'm done.
No.
I'm done.
No, I actually do agree with you. I do believe this should be gated. If there's been a lot of kind of this gated talk with this patch as well, not only Ordos, sorry, but also like the release of LFR being staggered, rather than with normals or all at one time is what I'm saying. But with Ordos here, it's exactly what you were saying. It's been that progression through the expansion, and Blizzard has even taken steps. If you're just getting into Mist or you're a little bit behind like I am, they give you some easier ways to catch up. Like some of the runestones now drop in like the more current LFRs and everything like that. So all the old stuff you can get with the new content. So there really is no problem with catching up. It will take a little bit of effort, yes, but it is a legendary. You should have to play the game and work a little bit, I think. And I think we're going to kind of see this excitement for the legendary cloaks kind of wear out. Sure. And it will not become a big issue as more and more people get them through the, even weeks or months. So I don't know. What do you guys think?
If Ordos hadn't been blocked off, those people who did make it to the very end and were like, yeah, I got a pretty sweet cloak, but like, what's it to you? There wasn't really anything special about it other than the wings. And I think this is really going to satiate that. So when players look back years from now, they say, that was pretty cool that, I got to pay off for getting that cloak when I did. And, I mean, heck, we're going to have this particular patch I should say patch. We might have another patch to, wrap up the story. But we're going to have this content for a very, very long time before our next expansion comes out. Yeah. So, I mean, you got plenty of time to go ahead and play catch-up like Hoda's having to do.
Do you have a question, Archon? What's happening?
Oh, yeah, I was going to say, I haven't really played Mists of Pandaria, but I think if anything, World of Warcraft's become too inclusive. Like, I wish it was a little bit more exclusive, a little bit more rewarding to players who put in a lot of time.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And just to be quick here, someone in the chat room mentions, yes, you can kill Ordos if you get to the island, but you will not get, if you're in the raid group and do not have your legendary cloak, you will not get any loot off him or the achievement for killing him. So there's really no point of doing it unless you have your legendary cloak. So that's what kind of is going on here for people that don't know.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, exactly. And I think what's happened is I don't know. Blizzard, since Mists of Pandaria launched, and Archon, you wouldn't know this, but this is kind of like, here's what happened is, Mists of Pandaria launched, and it felt like a lot of people who would classify themselves as a casual player, which means, I'm not raiding 5 nights a week for, whatever. I log on and play for an hour or two here or there whenever I can. It felt like a full-time job just to do one toon, just to get one toon where he needed to be in a semi-kind of respectable position.
I felt that.
Yeah. And so
I played a little bit.
Oh, did you? Oh, okay.
Just for the first month.
Okay. and so I mean they've tried to fix it a little bit or whatever, and since this is the last tier of the expansion, the last major patch that's coming out, they're like, all right, time to gear your alts, which I made the joke before, using your main to gear your alts because you just get bind on account drops all over the island. But that's what they tried to do is they tried to fix it, and get your alts up to where they needed to be. But I think with the giving, people started just thinking, well, you should be giving me everything. I should be given this. I should be given that. And I can't believe that you're, they have not walled off content hardly at all through this entire expansion. And I would say that they wouldn't have done it at all, but I'm sure there's probably 1 or 2 instances where they have, and somebody will call me out on it and really think they're awesome. So I'm not going to say, but I can't think of anything significant where people are like, oh man, this is just walled off, other than LFR wings and stuff. But I don't know, just the self-entitled. I fully believe the way of life is at least in the U.S. is you work hard and then you get the benefits of working hard, and that's just the work. It's a work ethic or whatever. And these people who are like, I should just get it for being me. Sorry.
Well, yeah.
You suck.
I'm a special snowflake, obviously.
Yeah. And I mean, I'm not trying to say I'm anything special. I don't have the legendary cloak. Whatever. I don't think I should deserve it because I didn't kill the bosses. I didn't raid the content. I didn't get what I needed to get to do it. And now that I'm geared, I can go back and get it. Okay.
You're what we call a scrub.
Yeah.
Twizz.
I'm going to beat
Sorry, I had to say it.
I'm gonna beat ya. So, Anyways, well, you know what? If you want to weigh in on this, hit me up, podcast@blizzpro.com, and let me know what you think. Even if you just want to rant a little bit, that's fine. This is the ground to do it. So the next thing that I want to talk about, I'm really excited to do this. I think this is going to be pretty cool. Over on BlizzPro's Hearthstone website, which is blizzpro.hearthstone.com, there's an ongoing series of articles about different deck types, and I'd actually like to give you guys a crash course on some of them. The deck that I'm going to cover this week is called the Burn deck, and basically this is very similar to the aggro deck. It deals direct damage to your opponent and makes you a threat on every turn. And so we're going to throw out some cards onto the screen for everyone to look at, and for those of you who are listening to this on the download, we're going to try and make this not too confusing for you guys. So real quick, all right, we've thrown up some cards here. We've got the Elven Archer, we've got the Leper Gnome, the Fairy Dragon, the Direwolf Alpha, the Wolf Rider, the Kobold Geomancer, the Argent Commander, and we're just going to talk a little bit about what the cards do, why we would pick these for a burn deck, and what's going on. So, Archon, why don't you start off with these guys?
With the cards you have on here?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, these are great cards for a burn deck. I especially like the Fairy Dragon, because early game, you get out a Fairy Dragon, very unlikely they're going to be able to kill it in one turn. So you're almost definitely going to do 3 damage to it. Most of the things that could kill that early on are going to be spells, and it can't be targeted by spells, or of course a hero power. Yeah, I mean, I think I would add the Loot Hoarder maybe to this list as well. Leper Gnome and Loot Hoarder both are great turn 1 cards because they deal good damage. They don't have a lot of health, but they want to be killed anyway.
Sure.
You're going to deal damage to the hero or draw a card on the Loot Hoarder.
Right.
Yeah, I see these kind of decks being used a lot with mages and rogues. It seemed like the burn deck is probably what's most popular now in the game.
Yeah, well, that's kind of the way that it's always I mean, kill your opponent fast and just be bad to the bone. I mean, it makes sense. The one thing what I'm really a fan of is the Elven Archer, and basically the Elven Archer is it's got a 1 mana cost, and the battle cry deals 1 damage. And this turn 1 drop does 1 point of all-purpose damage right off the bat. It can be used to ding a hero, ping a minion with 1 hit point, or even sacrifice your own Leper Gnome. It costs 1 mana and is incredibly versatile. And actually, the Leper Gnome, which I just mentioned, this 1-drop hits for 2 and does 2 damage to the opposing hero upon being slain, unless silenced. It's a natural turn 1 play for more aggressive decks, and late in the game, it can seal an opponent's fate. So basically, if you don't kill it, it'll kill you.
That one has bit me in the bum a couple times. It's really annoying.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious?
Yeah. Let's see here. We covered the Fairy Dragon. How about the Direwolf Alpha? Hoda?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. This here, when you lay it down, it costs 2 mana. It has 2 attack and 2 health as well. Adjacent minions, it'll give them +1 attack. So it's a really good card to lay down if it's your turn and you want to just get those more attack points on your minions. So it'll just give them a boost, and if your opponent's only expecting maybe 3 damage, 4 damage, and they think they can live, boom, lay this down. You got like 2 or 3 more damage on some cards. So it is really a game changer as well if you put it at the right time. So. Also here, I rock this one quite a bit in like my warrior deck and stuff like that. It's the Wolf Rider.
Oh yeah, dude.
It has 3. It costs 3 mana and it has 3 attack, but only 1 health. So just like you said, you're gonna pretty much just burn this like right after you get it. But the good thing about this card, right when you lay it, it has a charge ability, which means you can play it right away. You don't have to wait till your next turn. So it's really good if you could maybe get it with a Brewmaster to cycle it, or even like a Wind Fury or Bloodlust. You can just get double it, like 3 to 9 damage, like right off the bat. So it's kind of brutal if you got the right cards with it.
Sweet. Absolutely. Well, actually, my personal favorite out of these is the Kobold Geomancer up on the screen, and it might not seem like a hallmark aggressive creature, but if you have some of those area of effect spells where it affects multiple minions at one time, like, say, Arcane Explosion or Fan of Knives or Hoda's favorite, what is it, Starfall, where it just
your face, Starfall.
thoroughly beat me. Basically, it can increase those area of effect spells to just hurt on unreasonable levels. And if played by a rogue, like Archon was hinting at, cheap spells like Backstab can really deliver a whole new tier of pain.
Agreed.
Yeah. And the Argent Commander has to be one of my favorite cards. It's the Paladin services are not cheap, but for 6 mana, he comes as a 4/3 with charge and divine protection. He can come in, murder mid-game minion while keeping his low HP bar full, or come in and slam the opposing hero, possibly forcing it to use 2 cards to remove him. I think it's awesome when the other person puts out like a 4 health card, and then you just Argent Commander kill him before he even gets to attack, and you still have a unit.
Game over. Exactly. Exactly. So, you know what? I'm there's only like maybe I don't have the Kobold Geomancer in my deck available yet, and I don't have the Elven Archer. But those two, and I'm gonna put a deck together and get that going, and just try it out and see But at least those will give you guys a good feel as to the kind of cards you're looking for to have in your deck, just to burn your opponent down as quick as possible. So next week we're going to cover the Turtle strategy, and that deck it's built around like straight up outlasting your opponent and having not only board control at all times, but to counter almost every move that they can make. So we'll put that together for you guys next week. It'll be.
I was really hoping that you were going to say it was a mage deck where you polymorph stuff, but you've trained your polymorph to be turtle. I'm kind of disappointed, but I guess we'll just have to wait till next week.
We'll just have to wait. Yep.
Lame.
The last article that I am going to cover is BlizzCon virtual tickets. They are now available. Yeah. For the low price of $39.99, you can be the proud owner of a BlizzCon virtual ticket via DirecTV or pay-per-view. Along with the purchase, you will receive the same in-game pets that the people attending the event are going to receive, as well as access to BlizzCon merchandise. So there's some cons, there's some pros, okay? The cons are that you're not actually at the event, okay, which is kind of a pretty big con. But there's a lot of pros. The pros, okay, really think about this. Really think about this. There's no long lines. There's no waiting at the airport. No overpriced hotel rooms. No sitting next to the guy who's smelling like corned beef and cabbage and proceeds to let out like a continuous 35-minute fart while you're trying to watch a panel, That's the guy I get stuck next to,
Okay, first, that's gross. And second off, I have to say, there's actually a lot more that you can do at home for the people who aren't going to the actual BlizzCon.
Oh, you're exactly right, Reb. So, you know what? We may as well discuss a few. Off we go. The top 10 things you can do from home that BlizzCon attendees can't do. Ringing in at number 10, you could watch BlizzCon naked and probably not be the only one doing it.
Number 9, when they announce that there are no dance studios, you can pause it, pull a Miley Cyrus, and create a real one on the spot.
Number 8, no hassle parking. You can literally park anywhere you want to in your own driveway. Anywhere.
There you go. Number 7, dress up your pet to resemble a zombie dog during the D3 panel.
I like it.
Number 6, create your own cosplay event. Heck, even invite the neighbors.
Number 5 thing you can do at home from BlizzCon attendees can't do, you can make the poo-poo whenever you have to and not wait in line.
It's a huge plus.
The number 4, you can get sloppy drunk, throw up, and no one will judge you but your dog. That's dressed like a zombie dog.
Number 3, if you start at the end and do a visual rewind, you can watch them take everything that they promised everyone away.
Number 2, you can stop at any time and pet battle a stuffed animal and your dog. That's still dressed as a zombie dog.
Zombie dog.
And the number 1 thing that you can do from home that BlizzCon attendees can't do, pause it when the camera is on Ghostcrawler and scream at him until your eyes bleed about what he did to your class. that kind of thing would get an actual attendee a one-way ticket out of the convention center.
I am Varen.
I am Admiral Thrawn.
My name is Kravix.
My name is Raman.
My name is Stormrazor.
My name is Paladin.
My name is Spedem Frost.
My name is Quinley.
My name is Umberladro. I play Survival Hunter.
Night Elf Warrior.
I play a Pandaren Monk.
I am a Draenei Priest.
Frost Death Knight.
I play a Holy Paladin.
Frost Mage.
I play a Survival Hunter.
Arcane Mage.
I'm from Orlando, Florida.
Nova Scotia, Canada.
Corey, Pennsylvania.
From Bellingham, Washington.
Wajak, Michigan.
Baltimore, Maryland.
Roy, Utah.
Bellingham, Washington.
Brooklyn, New York.
I am in Twisted Dynasty.
And I'm in Twisted Empire.
I'm in Twisted Empire.
The Dynasty.
Twisted Empire.
In Twisted Empire.
And I'm in Twisted Dynasty.
Twisted Empire.
And I am in Twisted Dynasty.
Hello everyone, my name is Twiz, and I am the Guildmaster of Twisted Empire. Over the past year, we have continued to grow at an amazing rate. The Guild has appealed to people trying to find a new home because the one that they used to be in has either fallen apart or isn't what it used to be. If this sounds like you, the answer isn't to quit WoW and always look back on it with fond memories. World of Warcraft isn't going away anytime soon, so why should you? Twisted Empire has rekindled the love for WoW to hundreds of people, and it can do the same thing for you. We currently have raid teams, transmog runs, achievement runs, helpful leveling, and some of the most exciting people that you're going to ever talk to in-game. Up until recently, we've always been Horde, but now, on the same server, we've introduced our Alliance counterpart, Twisted Dynasty. It just broke ground, and it's already taking off. So I guess my message is this. Don't feel left out anymore, or let someone else bring down your game. Twisted Empire and Twisted Dynasty on Kultiris US. Welcome home. My name is Twiz. I play a Brewmaster Monk, I'm from Peru, Illinois, and I hope to see you in Twisted Dynasty or Twisted Empire.
Been sitting here counting the mail at home 20.
Okay, we're going to jump into the emails here. Now, one of the things that I really want to do is just tagging onto the backside of that commercial is, guys, I am dead serious. If you're listening to this show and you are an Alliance player, Twisted Dynasty has some beastly things going on right now. They are doing some serious flex rating, lots of flex rating, lots of fun. Honey is the guild master over there, and she does a phenomenal job taking care of all the people in the guild, taking care of the guild bank, and just, trying to do events and stuff like that. She does a phenomenal job. Great guild. Great guild. I am so excited to have those guys under the Twisted, whatever you want to call it, Twisted Nation, Twisted Trifecta, you name it. I don't know.
Yeah.
But, if you're on the fence and you're coming back to 5.4 and you play Alliance, or if you are Horde and you're wanting to try Alliance or anything like that, I really, seriously, I'm trying so hard to not sound like a salesman, but in all honesty, give Twisted Dynasty a shot. They've got some really great people going on over there, and they're getting bigger and bigger and doing better things, and I don't know. It's so hard to not sound like a salesman when I do that. It's so hard.
Well, isn't it crazy? It's just been like maybe 1 or 2 weeks now, and this flex rating has done just so much for just people like getting to talk to each other again, like it used to be, like in pug chats and like, hey, how you doing? Communicating. It's crazy.
Yeah,
you have to talk to people.
I knew that flex rating was going to be huge for TE. Just
it's
the whole
great,
everything,
yeah.
TE, TD, TK, all of it. I knew it was going to be huge for this, and sure enough, it lit up. Like, people do more flex rating than they do regular rating, which is awesome because it's like what a load off your shoulders, to just go in with people who are going to be normal to you, and I mean.
Yeah, it's perfect, like you said, like for the bigger, like kind of community guilds like we have, but then also even for those people that kind of play alone or just with a few people, they can jump in those bigger groups like we have, at the same time. So it works perfectly both ways.
Yeah. The chat room's asking what server. It's on Kultiris US. It is a PvE server. And a lot of people kind of get down on me because they're like, oh, a Care Bear server. No, there's just not everybody wants to PvP. So if you want a PvP, you can either flag yourself or go do Battlegrounds, but you shouldn't be forced to because, being camped is miserable. So,
just for that comment, they get the Care Bear stare.
That's right, Care Bear stare.
It's ultra creepy.
Actually, at TwizzCast here is called the Care Bear Stink Eye. So, but we did get some emails this week, and lots of good praise for Archon being on the show, and I can't say I blame them, man. I'm very glad that you're here, dude. The very first one we got is from Sucker, who I believe is actually in the chat room. He says, "Hey, Twiz, Reb, Hoda, and Archon. First off, big/fist bump to Archon for joining the team and filling the gap that was needed. You guys have always done a great job, and it is immediately apparent that he is going to fit in just right. My question goes out to Archon. With the announcement of the new Crusader class and its tank/caster kind of role, how do you think this will fit into the gameplay of Diablo since we already have the Barbarian class? Also, since they've said it is only one chapter, do you think that Malthael will be the end boss of this expansion, or will they try to stretch it out to a second or possibly third expansion?" I think he means third and maybe fourth expansion, because this is the second expansion.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well,
no.
this is the first
expansion. He's right. I'm wrong.
Second game.
It's all good.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Sucker
you're
keeps
totally
me in
wrong.
check. Okay, everybody shut up. Everybody shut up. I'll kill you all. Okay. So any thoughts or comments would be greatly appreciated. As always, I love the show, and I love being part of the Twisted community. Best regards, Sucker.
Aw, that's so nice, Sucker. Thank you. And first of all, I did a fist bump on the camera. I hope Sucker didn't break his computer monitor. I won't actually do the fist bump. But, yeah, I was kind of surprised at the announcement of the Crusader class because it is more similar to the Barb than I thought they would want to go. I would say the biggest difference sounds like it's going to be that the Crusader is supposed to be mid-ranged, where the Barb's almost entirely melee only. The Crusader has a lot of mid-range spells and spells that give him movement, that let him jump somewhere or sprint somewhere. And I was also really surprised that they really made him like an actual tank, which is totally different than any other class they've brought into Diablo. They've never had like tank or healer roles, and I guess it's not as traditional role as like in World of Warcraft being a tank, but they have a lot of spells that get them aggro and that gives them advantage if they're getting hit by a lot of mobs.
Sure.
Aren't they required to wear a shield all the time? Is that right?
It seems like
so far?
Yeah, you don't have to wear a shield, but it seems like they expect you to. Like there's a lot of bonuses for using a shield, and you can use a two-handed weapon in the other hand if you have a shield on. Yeah, and I imagine Malthael will be the boss of the expansion. I don't know who else it would be because I don't follow lore at all. I just kill stuff.
I know.
I plan on dual wielding shields. Just so you know.
Yeah.
I won't kill anything, but they won't kill me
out of the
either.
way.
That's right.
Just bashing people.
That's right.
So, that'd be pretty sweet, actually.
Yeah. I will not kill a thing, but they will not kill me either. Very. It's a trade-off. We all live. What's wrong with that? And I will name my Crusader Hippie. Okay. So, anyways, I'm sorry. So you were saying Malthael possibly, maybe.
You're saying he don't know because he don't listen to any lore.
I would be really shocked if it wasn't Malthael. I think, I don't know.
Yeah.
People think they might bring Mephisto back or something, but I don't know.
Hmm.
How do you even know how he fits in the storyline? I just know where he is in Act 3 on Diablo 2. That's about it.
Actually, I think Malthael. I think they're going to kill him in this expansion, and then I think they're going to actually announce another expansion. Where, believe it or not, I think Garrosh is going to try his hand. That's just me, though.
Yeah. Oh.
So
You just
like
made
I
so many
escaped.
people mad.
I know. Hoda's like sitting there, like he's genuinely disgusted. I'm watching him on the video here. He is like genuinely, he's like shaking his head, like I don't even know why I do this on Thursday nights anymore. I don't even know why.
I know. That was almost like a lesson with Twiz and lore. What is this segment called? I can't even remember.
Oh yeah, lore time with Twiz.
Lore time with Twiz.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah,
Probably
we'll stay
your
away
We have
from
to
that.
do lore time with Archon.
Wait till we're hard up on emails and you got to sit through that
Be
one.
a short
Archon.
segment.
Oh gosh. All right. Well, Sucker Dude, as always, brother man, thank you very much for writing in the email, and he's a pretty he's a D3 nut, and he and I played quite a bit together, so I'm sure you'll probably be getting a lot more Diablo 3 questions and opinions and thoughts and stuff like that in the future. So the next email that we got is from Blue, who has been a longtime supporter of the show. Very, very happy to hear from Blue. Blue wrote in, Archon, welcome to TwizzCast. You surely are in for a wild ride. I have to say I'm glad to have someone so knowledgeable in D3 join the group. Hey. I mean,
Except for lore.
Well, all right.
Thanks. Yeah. Gameplay at least.
Sorry, I bring you down a little bit.
They say I casually play Diablo 3. I'm not that far in, but I see myself wishing for more interaction from others in the game. I guess I've just been playing WoW too much. How do you deal with this? I love the previous Diablo games, but I played them before I got into WoW. I love the classes and the art, but I find it hard to find others to play with. I hear guilds/clans are coming to Diablo 3, and I think it could really catch my attention and help me keep connected with people I like to play with. Let's face it, though, this is at least half of a year away. What ways do you find others to play with you, or do you just play it in single-player game? Maybe I just need to reach out to my TE guildies. I know many of them play Diablo 3 as well, and have a weekly or monthly night we hit up Diablo 3. Thanks, Blue.
Yeah. Well, thanks for the email, Blue. That's really nice of you. I have a great answer, and it's almost like you're trying to set me up to promote myself here. But visit streams. Like that's really I'm not really trying to promote myself, but I think that's honestly the best way to find people to play with right now. If you don't want to just like roll the dice on public games and hope you don't get any scrubs to play with, visit streams. Yeah. Scrubs. No, I'm just kidding. But No. We're learning. That's all. But yeah, streams usually have more avid players, people that are more knowledgeable about the game, and there's constantly people on my stream and other Diablo 3 streams that are looking for groups. And also, while you're on the streams, you can win some stuff or play with the streamer or learn a little bit about your class. I think that's really. I wish I had more options, but honestly, if I was having trouble finding people to play with, that's what I would do. I'd go to streams.
Yeah, and Dance School in the chat room. She was in your stream earlier, and she says there's always people looking to group up in stream chats. So that's a very viable option. And you know what? Blue, actually, you kind of answered your own question a little bit in regards to TE. There are a lot of Diablo 3 players and StarCraft players in Diablo or in Twisted Empire. And I say Twisted Empire, but I mean Twisted Empire, Kingdom, and Dynasty as well.
The Twisted Empire.
Yeah. But if you're in Mumble, I mean, bring it up, talk to somebody, or throw it out in guild chat. Hey, you know what, guys? Does anybody play D3, or would you ever be interested in grouping up? A lot of the officers play D3 as well. So I mean, there right there is a huge social outlet where you can tap into people to find people to play with. So, I'm more than happy to provide that for you, and feel free to utilize it.
Yeah, I really like to mention like the clans and guilds too that are coming to Diablo, because that's really that's what I'm really looking at myself too, because that's kind of how I would like to group play. And how do you think is that just going to be as simple as invite people to your group, spam trade chat, or?
Yeah, I imagine it'll be pretty similar to like WoW.
There hasn't been much information on it yet, has it?
Actually, it's just the leaked information.
Okay.
And maybe I could take this opportunity real fast. I meant to mention it before, but there was also a tiny little string of leaked information about PvP.
Ooh.
On the list of zones, there's a new PvP arena.
Oh.
And then there was a list of images of little graphics that look like they're PvP related. There might be like achievements or rankings or something.
Oh, sure.
So I'm crossing my fingers that maybe they have something big to announce at BlizzCon.
Very cool. And you know what, dude? That's been something that people have been looking for forever. Is PvP. I mean, that's what like seriously, like I would say PvP almost ranks up there with as much complaining about the real money auction house
and whatnot.
No, actually, the real money auction house, I believe, is probably. I don't know. I could be wrong. It's hard to judge. It's hard to sift.
That's what I heard everyone complaining about.
It's so hard to sift through the hate and find exactly, which.
It was just this huge hate blanket, and it's like there's got to be one of those that you were about to say. It was like 20 things I could have picked from.
There are a lot of things that people hate about D3.
You know what? Also, on BlizzPro, I believe there's BlizzPro. There's an article. I think it's an article. Yeah, there is. Where they have all some of the data mined NPCs or characters or whatever in Reaper Souls, and they actually have the cow with a spear.
Yeah,
the cow standing there. And he's like, and he's just like got the little spear.
Maybe cow level incoming.
Did you hear the sound level or sound?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, there we go.
Like that. All right, everybody. You
I
gotta,
like how, is that you holding a spear?
Yeah, I was holding the spear.
It's a halberd.
Threateningly? I would think you're holding a spear like this.
No, you can't kill anybody that's above
It's
you.
the
They're in front
shotgun
of you.
spear, and you.
Yeah, shotgun. It's a harpoon.
Cows with shotguns might not be too bad, actually.
It's when they get machetes that you gotta worry.
Frightening.
Yeah.
Oh god.
I think a lot of the players were kind of upset that we got Whimsyshire. Like instead of giving us our beloved cow level, they gave us mockery of our criticism. Because we said Diablo was too bright and colorful, and they said we'll show you bright and colorful Whimsyshire. We deserve some cows, I think.
Oh, I like it. I like it a lot. I do. So,
cool.
all right. Well, you know what? In honor of Archon joining the team, BlizzPro has made a donation to somebody in the chat room. Archon, would you like to do the honors?
Yes, let's do this. We have a D3 CD key to give away. A copy of Diablo 3. One of you guys in chat's going to get right now. All you have to do is let us know you want it. We're going to use our sixth sense to detect the auras in chat, and whoever wants it the most is going to get it.
Mm-hmm.
So it doesn't really matter what you type. It's just this sixth sense thing. But we'll know. Just want it a lot.
I've been working on my sixth sense for a while. I see dead people.
Yeah. Oh, wrong sixth sense. Don't use that right now.
Oh no, sorry. By the way, Bruce Willis is dead the entire time. Oh, I ruined it.
Dude, that was spoiled for me before I saw the movie.
Oh man.
I have a sore spot for that. I know.
Oh boy.
Spoilers.
I was gonna watch the movie tonight for the first time.
Yeah, exactly.
Been prepared for this moment.
No need to.
Okay, here we go.
Okay.
I guess I'll use my sixth sense because we don't want Twizz seeing dead people. And I'm feeling. You can tell someone here really wants it, and I think it is this Smurf D Gaming.
Smurf D Gaming.
Is that? Am I right, Smurf? I saw this on TV with the psychics. I'm feeling a presence around Smurf.
Mm-hmm.
In need of a copy. Is that?
Like
am I right? Am I onto something?
It's like Miss Cleo. You're like Miss Cleo. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, just like, yes, I was right. I told you. Sixth sense proven. Confirmed by Smurf. I was right the whole time.
All right. Smurf, I am going to send you a direct message on here. I'm just thankful your name ain't Wicked Warlock. I'm going to send you a direct message on here and let you know how we're going to get that key to you. So, very cool. Everybody, again, I hate to say it, but this is the saddest thing I say every week. But this is going to bring our episode to a close. Everybody, I appreciate you joining us. Don't forget, next week, again, we are not going to be live on Thursday night. We're going to be live same time on Friday night. So, that's right. So if you're not rating, or you're, whatever, if your Friday's open but your Thursdays aren't, well, you get to join the live chat and the live show and have fun with us. So, for all the information and articles and stuff that we covered on this episode, you can go to TwizzCast.com or BlizzPro.com. I also started posting, and I'm gonna continue to do this on Thursday. If you go to TwizzCast.com, you will see a slideshow of links to the articles that we're going to be discussing that night. So that'll give you a good heads up that you can whatever. So, yeah, the links are found at TwizzCast and BlizzPro.com. One more quick mention of our sponsors: Doghouse Systems, /loot.com, and SteelSeries. Again, don't forget to check out 30% off for being in Twisted Empire, and off your WoW gear. Get your mouse pad, get your mouse, get your headset, get whatever you need to get. 30%. It's nothing to sneeze at. So, all right. Do you guys have anything that you'd like to say before we roll out of here? How about you, Hoda?
No. I froze. I have nothing.
Profound.
Wow.
Just go to web
Dude,
first.
just give us a
I think
moo.
something-
Just give us a moo.
Wow. Just pat me out. Go with the wind.
All right. How about you, Reb?
Of course I do. When do I not have something to say? Gaming will be whatever you want it to be, so make it beautiful, and I will see you next Friday. Got to get down on Friday.
For sure. Archon?
I just have one final heed, one final warning to everyone: don't Google cookie clicker. Don't do it, because you're not going to have a life for a few weeks, and I'm just going to feel bad if I don't put that out there one more time.
Like
Cookie cutter. All right.
Cookie
Clicker.
clicker.
Yeah, cutter. Yeah, go to
Cookie cutter. Go check that out.
Oh, okay.
Cookie cutter builds.
All right, everyone, until next week, from the crew here at TwizzCast, we encourage you to game safe, love one another, and please, everyone within the sound of my voice, take care. Hey guys, you've been listening to TwizzCast, the official podcast of BlizzPro.com. You can follow us all on Twitter at TwizzCast, at TwizzTE, at TankThatReb, and at Willie_Foss. The show notes and articles that we discuss can be found at BlizzPro.com. And if you'd like to drop us a line, send the email to podcast@BlizzPro.com. Thanks again, and we will catch you next week. Alrighty. Boom. Coming back at you, chat room. File saved. All right. That's a wrap. That is a wrap.
That's a chicken wrap with some ranch in it.
That sounds so good. Why'd you say that?
Oh, I didn't want to say anything. We had like I think it was like a 10 to 12 second delay between what we were saying and what the chat room was hearing. I noticed.
It was pretty long.
So, I get that a lot. Okay, so I didn't say that. Oh my gosh.
After hours.
After hours, that's right.
After hours. Nice.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, after hours. That's. Hang on a minute. I think I could probably. I think I have something here, don't I?
Oh man, next week being Friday, after hours might get saucy up in her. So, well, for me anyway. So, warning.
Warning.
Uh-oh.
Gosh. Yeah, you know what? We can do this. I wanted to do this, and it ended up not happening. But here we go.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Welcome to TwizzCast. Bring that sheep on in here.
What?
You sounded like a Velcro. Get like a Velcro sound, some gloves.
Oh God. Actually, I kind of picture listening to this music. I kind of picture like some stupid. Oh, here we go. Hang on. There we go. Oh, that was the end of it.
1970s sitcom.
Yeah, kind of. A little bit on the Three's Company side of things, or maybe kind of a food commercial where they're like, "Wrap your lips around this big Angus burger," or something like that.
That'd be funny.
Oh my gosh. Chat room. Look at that. TwizzCast After Hours. Oh boy, we need to kill this stream before people really lose respect for us. So
if there was any to begin with.
Right. I know. I'm trying to think. Oh, I wish I had some more sound effects. I need to change my sound setup a little bit more too, so that way I can maybe incorporate some more. I don't know, sound effects.
Do you have anything for that like 70s sitcom thing? Like, that was horrible. Not that. What'd you say?
Are you talking?
Yeah.
I'm like totally
just making noises.
null and voided out.
I don't even know what they are.
I don't. The best I've got is like some big band music.
Close to 70s sitcom.
That's right. On this episode of TwizzCast.
That's cool. I like that.
We're gonna talk about World of Warcraft. We're gonna talk about how to screw your guildmates over, and we're gonna talk about how to steal someone's gold. So stick around.
I think that was a jab at me, Twizz.
Yeah, that's exactly what it was. That's what you get for taking my gold, woman. So.
It's not taking if you give it up willingly.
Oh. Whoa.
After hours.
After hours. After hours. Yeah. That's right. Get down with your bad self and stay up all night. Okay, we're done with that.
I feel weird when the music ends and I'm still going.
Yeah.
Keep going.
Oh yeah. Oh,
That's really old school.
Twiz, can I get like 7 more seconds of that? That's all.
Need like a lava lamp in the corner and
That's
stuff.
right. That's right.
Oh, girl, let me show you my wizard beam.
Holy cow. Anyways. All right. I used to... oh, chat room
Hey,
is like
girl, are
blowing
you
up.
rolling over mobs because you got a nice build?
That's cool. I like that one.
Okay. All right. So we've gone from porn music to that. It's time for us to go bye-bye. So all right, chat room, we love you very much, and I'm going to keep this particular video posted, so if you want to listen to the porn music again, it's here for you. All right, guys. Have a wonderful night. We're going to kill the stream. Love you all. Catch you Friday night. Bring a friend. I'm dead serious. Bring a friend.